Welcome to Compai's Expat channel, everything expat. Today, we're back in the studio with Manny from The Good Life Sosua.
You know the good thing, well, for owners, not for guests, about charging electricity is that the guest is thinking about their consumption, because once you include the electricity in the rental, the guest just leave everything on. He doesn't care. He just thinks, okay, I already paid my rent. Everything should be good. But for the owners at the end, you will not have any earnings, because as John says, guest leaves the windows open with the AC on, and they did so why it's not on. But once you start charging electricity, the guest, once he leaves the apartment, he will turn everything off. Everything off.
You know what? Let's talk electricity from A to Norte real quick, because most people don't understand how it works here. It's on a tier system. The more you use, the more higher you pay per kilowatt.
Yes.
So I don't know exactly what the levels are as far as kilowatt consumption before it goes to the next level, because Casa de Compai is a licensed business. I go rate to 14% as commercial rate. I don't have that tier system.
For example, in the condo, I normally know the rates. It starts from almost 6 pesos, then it bumps up to 9, then 13, and then 14. But the bad thing about it is once you reach the 700 kilowatts, all those small rates will convert to 14. So you will lose all those rates. So
Really?
yeah, it's like that.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like that.
All
So
right.
that's the thing, that once the guest checked in, every time you must charge him the highest. Always the highest, because the thing is that once you pass the 700 kilowatts, all the small rates will convert to 14. So you will lose almost 3,000 pesos.
And I had a client check out today. Today is what was it? November 13th, 2023. He was in for 2 days. He had a 700 peso electric bill. For 2 days, that's high.
Yes.
But I walked in the condo and I'm like, wow, you could hang meat in here.
Yeah.
It was cold. But that was his prerogative. And he's like, boom, here's 800. Give 100 to the maid. So you got to, as if you're going to get into the rental ball game, you have to be as transparent with the electric rate as you can. I can't tell you how many people have accused me of stealing from them, because they go on a forum, they go on Facebook, and they get wrong information from people who don't know. And then they automatically think we're stealing from them. If you rent something and they don't give you the electric starting meter number, ask for it. Because I do it in Casa de Compai, and I send it right to the WhatsApp. So it makes it easy on me. It's already in the conversation. So when you check out, the day you check out, I send you your finished electric meter. You get the sum, you times it by 14, and that's it. Personally, this man has it the best, and I'm copying what he's doing. He actually has electric meters that are tied into the fuse box, so the client can actually do his own consumption. It's real simple. Starting meter, where you're at, do the math, subtract the higher number from the starting number from the lower number, boom, and you times it by 14, and you know how much you're paying. That was a great call, by the way.
Yeah, and include, for example, in my apartments, I have like a QR code where you can scan, and it will redirect you to our website, so you can put check-in meter, check-out meter, how much deposit you paid, if you paid a deposit for electricity, and it will tell you exactly how much you need to pay and how much we need to refund you in case that you paid a deposit.
So now you mentioned kitchens.
Yes.
Kitchens is overlooked down here. But kitchens are the missing ingredient to have an successful rental. And it's not successful for the guys who are coming down here for a week. It's successful if you're going to be looking into the long-term market. I'm booked 3 months consistently every year from the same people, constantly coming back. And they want to be able to cook their own meals. They're coming home. They're not coming down here to party. So when you hear us talking about, this market, that market, there's a lot of different markets to Sosua. Everybody thinks it's just the guys who come down here for a week.
Yeah.
It's not. If you're going to have rental income down here, you got to know who you want to rent to. We haven't even touched base about the digital nomads. We haven't talked about internet. And all these need to go into your apartments to be successful. So have a good outfitted kitchen. You're going to need a blender. You're going to need a coffee pot. You're going to need a toaster. You're going to need a microwave. I replace pots and pans every 5 years because everybody doesn't live the way I live. I'm super clean. I'm ex-military. I'm clean. But people scrape off the bottoms of the pans and then they destroy them, and then you got to replace them. So if you want to be truly successful, put some money into your kitchens. What else goes into a successful one bedroom?
Successful one bedroom, maybe, let me see. Well, hot water.
Dude, let's talk hot water.
Yeah.
I mean, hot water, it's such a simple thing, but it's not, because there's different kinds of hot water heaters. I have on-demand propane in 4 of my units in Casa de Compay. I had to replace that a month ago. It was $1,500. Wow, I wasn't ready for that bill. But you know what? It was up and running since 2015. Hey, it did me right. I got my money out of it. Thank you. I appreciate it. But having that, when they turn it on, they got the hot water. My other 6 units, they have the little 7-gallon traditional tank. They are horrible. Why are they horrible? Because the water down here is so hard. They just give up the ghost. All the calcium, it either rots them out from the inside or it burns up the heating element.
Yeah. And the thing is that some guests sometimes forgets to turn off the water heater, and that causes with time problems. I had times that guests just leave it on and the thermostat is not, let's say, working properly. It is just exploded. Then all the floor is full of water. Then we need to buy a new tank. And in case for those owners that has those tanks, just buy a regular timer that you can just stick in the water heater. So the guests just have a 1 hour timer and it automatically turns off.
It's a good point, because I'm putting all the timers in Casa de Compay. What happens is, when there's a thermostat that's supposed to stop the hot water heater from overheating. Now, at the top of every hot water heater, there's an expansion valve, and what that does, when the spring gets compressed because the hot water expanding to a certain heat, to a certain pressure, water is able to leave that hot water tank, and that's the flooding that happens, and it happens quite often. Because as these heating elements, all they are is a long U. Yeah. When the calcium gets built up on them, they get hotter. So they're overheating. The best thing is what Manuel put in his units, which is the little electric on-demand units.
Yes.
You put them underneath the sink, and they're on demand. When you need water, they're there. I like them.
Once you turn on the water, you have hot water instantly. And obviously, if you leave the hot water on, let's say for 10-15 minutes, you will see that the meter starts running quite fast because it actually consumes, but doesn't consume too much. Let's say for a tank that you need to wait 30 minutes till the hot water gets hot, but that's good.
So and we're trying to look at things from the consumer point of view and the homeowner point of view, because you really have to, as if you want to be successful, you have to see things as a business owner through the eyes of the client. The other big thing that's overlooked down here is internet. Without internet, you won't have clients. And if you're going to rely on copper based internet down here through D-Lancer, you're going to be in trouble. You got to take the upgrade and get fiber optic.
Yeah. Well, in well, in all the apartments that I have here in Sosua, we have fiber optic. But in two villas, we have the Starlink internet that is actually amazing. We never had a problem. Fast. The only bad thing about Starlink is we had huge, let's say, a bunch of rain and it's very cloudy. The internet speed slowers a bit. But here in the Caribbean, the most of the time we have sun, the sky is blue, so the internet speed is constantly
That's why
very
we're
high.
here.
Yeah,
That's why
that's
we're here.
yeah, correct.
So, profit. How much money can you make renting out a well-equipped one-bedroom condo? Now, the condo complex needs a pool. I, Nobody swims in Casa de Compay pool. They really don't. But they want to be able to look at that pool crystal clear. That's the thing. If they go in it with a girl once in a while, I'm like, please use the pool. Use it. You're helping me out by using the pool. You're turning up the water. But you got to have the pool. And if you have all those things that we've talked about, I rent my one bedrooms $60 a night consistently. If you ask me to rent mine out for any other, no, I'm not going to do it because I know there's a person coming behind you who will rent it. Mm-hmm. And when you do 60 times 30 nights, it's pretty good. What you want to do, if you're looking to become a property owner, the safest way to do is if you have a one bedroom, get your nightly rate and then times that by 30 and then take it at 70% occupancy rate. If you're well equipped, 70% is a realistic number for your occupancy rate. That means 70% of that month you have somebody paying you, heads on beds. Now,